Toby Greene, box office superstar from the Giants. A divisive figure on field, not unlike myself, but off field, he's an intelligent, articulate young man. Toby, thanks for speaking to us.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
First of all, what is the difference between who Toby Greene really is and what the footy public think he is?
That's a good question. I don't know. You've probably got two sides to the footy public. I know I get a lot of love from a lot of people, and then, sort of being in footy states like Melbourne or Perth and things like that, you have a lot of people say a lot of nice things about you, and then you muck up on the weekend and you have a lot of people comment on your social media that maybe think the other way. So I think there's two sides to that answer, but I'm sort of, I think about more of the good stuff than the bad stuff, to be honest.
Absolutely. When I tell people what Toby Greene's like for the limited times that I've met you and been in your company, I say, oh, is he a meathead? Does he... And I said, no, he's articulate, he's smart, he's well-educated. That'd surprise a few people.
Yeah, it might. What you say on the weekend's different to, I guess you get in that sort of zone, and I've been prone to make a mistake here or there, so people would probably think that that's not the right answer.
You're not the first footballer to make a mistake.
No, I won't be the last either, so probably not my last either.
I would call you a hybrid of many football qualities, a bit of a football genius as well. Are you a footy head? Do you live it? Do you love it? Do you watch every other team? Do you watch a game of footy and glue yourself to the TV?
I love it. Yeah, I love playing it. As a kid, I was definitely a footy nut. Like, I was, we got James Hurd up here now, our leadership coach, and, I'd go to a game and just watch him sort of behind the goals. When I was, 7 years old, I was just, I was obsessed with him. And I'd probably do that now, like watching Buddy or, Tom Papley or Charlie Cameron or Robbie Gray. Like, if I'm watching a Friday night game or a Saturday night game, I'll watch them more than I watch the footy. And I probably don't even realise I'm doing it till I sort of speak about the game and I sort of talk about the forwards, and that's about it. I don't really care what everyone else is doing. So,
welcome to the club.
Yeah, I know it's a good place to be. But I take a really keen interest in how forwards are playing and what other forward lines are doing. I sort of study that probably in a way, but I think all midfielders and defenders are the same, mate. So,
what forward do you look at and say, that bloke's craft is really good?
Oh, Tom Papley, yeah. I think he's, an exceptional forward. He's got electric pace as well, which helps. He's a lot quicker than me, so I wouldn't mind that. But
you seem to mark it a little bit better overhead than him, mate.
He's a good player. His craft is really good. I've watched a lot of his stuff from behind the goals, and his finishing as well. He's probably one I really look at the most at the moment.
You got a hobby outside of footy? Do you?
Yeah, I've got a few, yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, well, I'm into my surfing a bit at the moment. I love travelling. I love activities, so, yeah, they're probably the main three at the moment.
I had a job on a show called Getaway.
Yeah, that's my dream job.
5 years.
I wanted that one.
You want that job?
Yeah, that'd be a ripper.
All right, give me your hit list. You're going into the producers of your own travel show. Where are you going to for the first time, and where are you going again?
I haven't done Central America yet, so I want to do that. Sort of Colombia's, Belize, Venezuela, Ecuador, that sort of stuff. I like sun and beaches and good weather. And then going back to, Rio's good, and New York. They're probably my top two. They're very different, but they're both super exciting.
Any pets? You got dogs, cats?
I do. I've got a dog. Got a Dalmatian at the moment, Oreo. He's good fun.
What's his name?
Oreo. Yeah, he's good fun. I didn't want him when we first got him, but
why?
I just didn't want a dog, but turned out to be the best thing ever.
Who's better behaved, Oreo for you or you for Leon Cameron? Off the lead.
Oh, it's pretty... Oh, we both can play up every now and then. Probably me.
Very good. What do you think of the modern game? Have you seen footage of the 90s, 80s, 70s? What do you think of the modern game?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of the 90s. As a kid, you know, I was born in 1993, so I remember watching the season that was 93 about 700 times.
Great season.
Yeah, so, yeah, I've seen it. It's a lot different to now, obviously. Just, you know, just defence is just completely, it's completely different.
Taken over.
It's better, yeah, it's better defence. You know, I'm thinking in 5 years' time it might be 16 v 16. Wouldn't mind to see that. There's 5 forwards, 5 backs, but that's just my little idea.
Why?
Just to open up the game a bit. And, you know, when footy started, everyone could kick at 40 metres. Now they kick at 60. The ground's the same size as what it was when it started. Everyone covers the ground better. I just think it might be a way to open up the game and maybe get back to blokes kicking 100 goals again, if that's what we want to see, which is what I want to see.
Yeah, of course you do. As a junior, did you play as a key forward or a lot of forward and learn that craft? Because when you started at Giants, your first year, you number 35?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you found plenty of the footy in the midfield.
Yeah, I was always predominantly a midfielder growing up. Like, I could take an overhead mark, but I didn't play a whole heap of deep forward, nah. But I played a little bit of half back as well, which I wouldn't be any good at the moment. I guess one of my greatest abilities was getting the ball, so that was what I did.
You seem to sum up really quickly. I'm going to say there's a little bit of genius in there. Did that always come naturally to you, that you could sum up the moment very quickly?
I guess it's sort of a bit of instinct stuff, I reckon. Like, especially in the forward half, you know, I pride myself on my reaction and making quicker decisions than my opponent. So, it's probably a bit of instinct stuff, to be honest. Yeah.
Who's the biggest challenge to play on?
Well, I think I always have a really pretty heated and good battle with Dylan Grimes, especially when, you know, that 5-year period where Richmond and us were two of the better sides. They were the best side, so sort of set yourself for those big games, and he definitely got me a few times, and I'd like to think I had a couple of good games against him, but they were also pretty physical and pretty nasty as well. There wasn't much love for each other, so certainly respect the way he goes about it. He makes you work for it.
You strike me as somebody who looks at it, that's physical, right, you're stepping into my office now. Has that always been the case? Do you like it that way, or it just raises you?
It's not something I think about or try to pride myself on. If someone, you know, if I'm involved in a pretty heated contest, and sort of gets me, it sort of heightens my senses as well, I guess. But it's something that you feed off, and then, you know, when you've got a big crowd as well, it's there's a lot of energy in the air. So no, it's something. It's a good part about playing footy. Clearly, you're a brilliant footballer. Do you love being an entertaining footballer? Do you love the entertainment that you give the crowd? I don't. Yeah, it's not something I think about. It's not something I think about, to be honest. But, you know, I enjoy. I love when kids come up and say, like, you know, I'm your favourite player. Like, I really, you know, I cherish that, and, you know, I really enjoy when kids come up and say that. So, it's just part of playing AFL footy, I guess. From personal experience, I liked it when you knew the opposition was viewing you as the ultimate villain. Do you like that? It's not something I don't know. I don't really think about it. Just happens? It just happens, yeah. It was sort of gone away from it these days, though. Like, there's no real big individual target player at the moment, when maybe there was first couple of years. But, and, you know, with the zone defence and stuff, it's sort of a bit harder. I love the fact that you could see a grey area in the game, and the fact that they've had to bring in rules, Titan-specific rules, so that they could say, oh, Toby Greene did that. I mean, Malcolm Blight was running in for chest marks, putting his boots into oncoming traffic 40 years ago. Toby Greene does it twice.
and they have to rewrite the rule.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it since I was about 6 years old. It's been it was probably an attribute, I thought. I understand it doesn't maybe look great at times, but I'm not the tallest bloke either, so, I've got to use everything I can, and that was one of them. And, I'm flexible, so I'd like to use my skills, but no, I can't do that anymore. Just got to get the knee up now.
What do you genuinely think of umpires?
I've got no issue with them at all. Even the Matty Stevic, I was talking to him before the game, getting along with him. I know there's been a lot of commentary around some of my involvements with umpires and maybe not getting fair treatment and things like that. But it's not something I think about, or I don't really agree with either. So no, I don't have an issue at all.
You must have been feeling pretty good when he said, "Yeah, I didn't have an issue with Toby walking in." You might have thought things are looking good here at the moment.
Yeah, I probably did it for a couple of seconds there. Thought I might have been okay, but nah, that was short-lived, and just served my time now, mate.
I did notice though, I think it was you and Kells. You were walking towards Matty Stevic.
Yeah.
He missed him.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I think it's how I talk to people, though, when I'm in the heat of the moment. I get real close. And
you are a close talker, aren't you?
Especially on the footy field. But, nah, they didn't see it like that, mate.
When you look back at that, are you going, "Tobe, you idiot"?
Yeah, no, definitely. I put myself in the position, and, I deserved
Something.
Yeah. And, that's disappointing, especially when it was, I was set to miss a semi-final, prelim and the grand final if we made it. So, I let the boys down, and, it's certainly, I was certainly super flat for a couple of weeks. Had a good time to process it now and knew what was coming at the start of this year, so.
What do you like out in the ground? We're talking, are you really loud? Are you directional? Are you quiet? Are you a silent assassin, or are you a threatener? What do you like verbally out there?
Oh, I'd say I'm extremely loud.
In what way?
Just direct, like just sort of commentating the game probably in a way, and calling for the ball. I know people have said at the footy club that I'm the loudest. And when teammates are around me, telling them what to do, I think I'm pretty loud. It's something I've always been pretty loud. And then off the field, I'm nowhere near that. And I'm certainly quite quiet around people I don't really know. So, but I would say on the field I'm extremely loud.
Do you threaten the opposition?
Nah, not often.
Often? What's often?
No, I don't.
I can run up the white flag here and say, we used to do it every breath. Come here and you're in trouble. You step in there, you're in trouble. What is often?
No, mate, it might be a couple of times a year where you let something slip, but no, not often.
Tell us about your mentors, juniors. You came from Wesley, you played footy there. You've obviously had some really good coaches along the journey.
Yeah, I had lots of, junior and first years at the Giants as well. Guys like probably James McDonald and Dean Brogan and Chad Corns, they were, probably huge for building the culture of the club and how you expect to train and live away from footy. Wardy and Phil have been really big for that. As I said, James Hill was a hero of mine growing up. It's been great to have him being part of the leadership group this year. Junior footy, I had a lot of sensational coaches. I had a good one every year, so I've certainly got a close relationship with a lot of them now as well.
You cherish the ground your mum walks on. You've done everything you can for her. Tell us a bit about your mum.
Oh, she's been a good mum for me, no doubt about it. Would have been hard with three boys who didn't mind playing up every now and then. So she's done it. She's had a bit of hard work. Still does.
She's your biggest fan. She's your biggest supporter, and she'll go to war for you, won't she?
Yeah, you sort of got to screen out anything she says sometimes because she's a bit one-eyed. So when it comes to the footy stuff, you just got to be careful what you take in, I think.
Yeah. And your dad, he was a pretty handy footballer when he was younger. He's passed on a few footballing genes. Yeah, I think Richmond under-19s. Did he get a reserves game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. He's obviously a club legend down at De La Salle, and that was probably where my love for footy started. Going to watch them every Saturday afternoon and get a milkshake at Dairy Bell at 3/4 time. That's probably one of my best memories as a kid. So, that's certainly where it started.
So there was you, Cogs, Cal Ward, Hainsey, Phil Davis. You're the original GWS intake. 2011?
Yeah, Adam Kennedy as well, yeah.
Yes, Adam, yeah. I would see you boys come in during the week after an 80, 90, 110-point loss and people would say, oh, these boys have been given everything. But to see you boys come in week after week, tail between your legs, and the guys here build you up, it must be such a gratifying journey to have gone through the absolute lows, even though you were high draft picks and talented sportsmen, and to rise and become as famous as you. It must be gratifying to know you've done the hard yards.
Yeah, I don't think you do it to become famous, but you...
yeah, that's what happens, but yeah.
No, it certainly has been a great journey. You probably reflect on it more in 15 years more than now, but I guess from where we started out in Blacktown and in demountables and things like that, it's an interesting story, and proud of what we've built here. Obviously, you'd love to get that final cherry on top with a premiership, and it'd be certainly a special one.
There is a real good feel of club in this organisation.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that takes a long time to build as well. It doesn't just happen, so...
How did it happen?
Oh, lots of good people, I think. People who were, investing in a lot of time into other people, and, we got a lot of good young kids as well coming through now those 21, 22, 23-year-olds who are, got the right ambitions, and hopefully we can build on that and have a good year and years to come.
What's it been like to see these other teammates who are seriously talented as well get big offers to go elsewhere? You guys have stuck the journey and stayed true to the brand and the teammates. What's most important to you?
Oh, it was always going to happen. We probably knew that from year one, that from the 40 guys that were there's only 5 left. There was always going to be a few that left. And then, lose a couple of really good ones along the way. It's part of footy, though. It happens to a club every year this year, these days. But, certainly a couple of boys still stay in contact with, and some have gone on to, become really good players.
There was a feeling, living in Melbourne, there's a feeling that the Giants boys are gettable. We can get them to come back and play in front of huge crowds at the MCG every 14 days. We can get these Giants boys. Did many teams have a nibble at you?
No, not that I know. I never really explored it, to be honest. I've always loved Sydney. I love sort of the direction of the club, and I had a lot of good mates here, so I had no reason to leave. I just love being in Sydney as well. So it's I've never explored it.
What's more important to you, the Giants or your teammates?
I don't know. It's same question, isn't it? Teammates at the Giants, probably.
Well done.
Teammates at the Giants. You want to be respected and want to build a good group, and as I said, being captain as well, it's sort of my responsibility now. So I love the club and I love the people at it.
How did GWS get it so right when it hasn't gone as well up north for another team in a great location with exactly the same gifts from the AFL?
I'm probably not the man to answer it, but
Why?
Well, that's what CEOs get paid for, isn't it? No, but I think it's the people, and the people and culture that we built here, and you know, and everyone was there for each other, and you know, we probably caught more smackings than they did early days. But we could sort of see that there might be a little hope at the end of the tunnel. In years 3 and 4, we started to win a few more games, and from there, the system sort of worked, and we were able to be competitive and eventually make finals consistently. So, yeah, I think it's the people and the direction at the start in those formative years, and the Suns look like they're on the right path now. So they're going well.
People talk to me and they say, Leon Cameron, he seems a good coach, but is he hard enough? He just seems like a really nice bloke. I've heard him deliver some fearful pastings to your club.
Yeah, no, he certainly can do that. I wouldn't say that at all. He's probably cops a lot more than he should, I think. You know, the way he sort of gets the players up and going and puts a lot into every single player on the list as well. And he can be ruthless. That's one of his greatest assets. He tells you exactly how you go, and that's what I love playing under him for that reason. What's the worst pasting you've received off him? Is there a moment we might know? No, it's probably one that you wouldn't. I think it was in year 4 or 5. Might have been after a round 1 game, and he sort of said, "Where's your career going? Like, you're just going to just be an average player your whole career?" Or sort of took me by surprise. Well, I played not a great game, round 1, and I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right. Where is it going? Like, I want to get to that next level. I want to be a dominant player in the competition." And since then, I've sort of become a lot better player than being an inconsistent up and down sort of player. And yeah, that was probably the biggest one. From that moment, did you do anything differently? I've probably done a lot differently gradually over time. Probably ignited a spark in my head as well, though, and made me sort of want to chase and get better and be the best person I can be. What is it that is more difficult, and what is it that is perhaps more easily achieved for an AFL footballer living in Sydney? I've got a couple of thoughts on this one. I think living in Sydney teams, it's hard, especially for guys who aren't getting paid as much as what some boys are. You know, the guys who are on rookie wages and first and second year draftees. It's bloody expensive living in Sydney, and obviously the cost of living got taken away, and I think that should be brought back. To be honest, those Sydney teams sort of need it, and even assistant coaches as well. You know, we can't just go and get one for another Melbourne club. It's not as easy up here asking people to move their family and kids. So I've got a few thoughts on that one, but I'll save them for later on. When's later on? Later on in this interview? No, I think a few years' time, mate. When you're CEO. Yeah. How many games has the Greene mind, soul and body got left in it? Lots, I think. No, I feel fresh, and probably having 5 weeks off. Probably think my body thinks I am pretty fresh, but I still love it, and still, you know, I feel older now at the Giants, so I feel like those young guys are 28, 29, 28 now. Yeah. I certainly got the passion for it, and you know, even seeing what Melbourne did last year, it's inspiring, and you know, I want to get to that and be nothing better than to do it here. If you were in the media and you had to write, Toby Greene's career gave us, what would you write? I don't know. I don't know. That's what I have to think about it a bit more. You're such a quick thinker. Something to talk about, probably. It's in there. You're just being polite. No, I don't know. I'd certainly gave us something to watch and talk about. I don't know. Never left anything out there. You know, hopefully turn the Giants into, you know, one of the more powerful clubs and built the club from the ground up. Something along those lines. It's time on in a grand final and you take a hanger on somebody's shoulder in the goal square. Who do you want to be sitting on the shoulders of? Oh, sitting on the shoulders of? I wouldn't care, mate, as long as it's still in the grand final. Isn't there someone you'd like to just look down at and say, cop that? Nah, there's no one I despise in the AFL. maybe one of my good mates, Tommy Mitchell, just to laugh about it for a few years after that.
You said you don't despise anyone in the AFL. You don't hold a grudge, do you?
No, I don't. I like to. I'm pretty positive in life and like to move on pretty quickly, and it's probably helped me in ways in moving on from certain things. So, I'm always looking forward and trying to stay present as well.
Yeah, good on you.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.
This has been a Fox Sports production.